Should we get rid of Secret Santa?
Yes.
I don't think that it's stressful. It's part of
Because you don't do it.
it's part of tradition.
I'll tell you
Saying
why.
it's stupid and we shouldn't do it is one thing.
No, it is stressful.
There are losers and winners in
Yeah.
Secret
No, it's
Santa.
stressful.
Some people don't get the gift they
That's
want.
what it is.
And they
Bunch of
lose.
whiners.
No,
So
it's
it's the
stressful.
whole
Bunch
losing
of
mentality.
Why are
whiners.
you going to waste money on a gift someone's probably not going to like when y'all could all just go eat?
Hey,
You say
have
the
a
same
great
thing for
meal.
family members.
The
Why are you-
company pays.
Why are
It's
you going to
wonderful.
waste 3 hours playing a stupid game, throwing a ball around when one of you going to lose? Just go out
No,
and
I
have
don't
lunch
care
together.
about winners and losers.
Good point.
It's stressful. I agree
Write
with
that
that.
down, Jake. That was good. That
I
was
agree. I
like some
know.
Socrates stuff. Is what that was.
Over.
Hey,
We're back.
and we're
We're
back.
back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Welcome.
back to not the Dear America podcast with Graham Allen,
No.
but Graham Allen's Dear America. We are back. It has been a month break. And I don't know, it feels a little weird being back. I mean,
feel
not
strange.
bad weird, good weird. It's not you guys, it's us. Anyway, the point is we are so excited to be back. Guys, it has been a wild roller coaster the past, I don't know, when's the last that we filmed?
Month almost?
It's been over a month.
Because we did the Halloween.
But we filmed it before Halloween, so
that's right.
it's been a little over a month
Yeah.
since we've done this. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have happened. We are completely independent now. Hey, which
on.
is super, super cool. I think that we should say, just for purposes, that there is no bad anything with Blaze.
Nope.
Or anything like that. The Blaze was fantastic. But at the end of the day, with the success of the show, the directions that we wanted to go, we just felt that it was beneficial to everyone for us to go our own way. So here we are. I mean, oh my gosh. And it has started already. So let's try to recap a little bit for everybody as much as possible. Some of the things that have gone on in the last month.
Yeah.
For me, it was an insane month for me.
November was your busiest month this whole
I
year.
traveled across the entire country in the month of November multiple times. I went to Florida multiple times, Cleveland, where else?
Ohio.
Atlanta,
Philly.
Philly, we did.
Delaware,
Philly cheesesteak in Philly.
Arizona, Gainesville, Florida, Orlando, Florida. We went everywhere. It was the speaking tour month, and it was a lot of fun. But there's one thing that I want to bring up. There's something that I saw, something to educate people about. So at these events, especially at the University of Florida event, we were there for Culture War, and I'm used to people from the left showing up at these events, socialist, etc., hating me and hating people like Charlie Kirk, etc., and they show up to basically say how wrong they think we are. However, there is a new wave of people coming out, this America First Groypers kind of movement, which really dumb name. Okay. I mean, if we're
It
going
is
to
a
be
dumb name.
honest,
I had to Google it.
you
'cause I was like,
had
what is a groiper?
an unlimited amount of names to go with. And Groyper is what you
It's
came
hard
up
to
with.
say, too. Try
I don't
it.
even understand.
Groyper.
Anyway, so I was really playing catch up, okay? Because I didn't know who these people were.
didn't either.
So I show up to the University of Florida, and Charlie Kirk's there, and Turning Point's there, and they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, these Groypers are going to be here. They've infiltrated the event. They're going to be here. They hate us, etc. So I'm not going to give these people a whole lot of justice. I'm just going to say what they are and what they appear to be. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about these people, but I have interacted with them firsthand now. I have never met just belligerent, just 100% racist people
Yeah.
before until I met these
And I'm
people.
wondering how many of them are trolling. It's so ridiculous. It's like you can't be serious when you're saying that. You know?
They were intense.
Well, and we're going to get on a philosophical thing here already. Man, we're back.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Coming
already
back strong.
already
We're back.
diving down the rabbit hole. Anyway, so these people, ladies and gentlemen, to catch you up, because I realize some of you are probably going, what in the world are y'all talking about? This is a new group that is appearing that definitely falls into the alt-right category, which alternative to the right. That if you don't know. And they basically consider people like me and everyone in this room, organizations like Turning Point, et cetera, to be fake conservatives. That's what they consider. We are fake conservatives because we believe in legal immigration. We believe that America is not supposed to be a white European nation, and that's it. We believe that black people have a place in this society.
Right.
Hispanics, Asians, we believe that. We also believe that although we disagree religiously as Christian conservatives, we as Americans, and we've had this conversation a lot, there's a difference between the religious conversation and the American freedom conversation. So I agree, as an American, they have the right to do whatever they want. They don't agree with it, but they have the right to do whatever they want. You would think that I was a traitor to America on these people. I mean, they lost their mind. It's just belligerent racist.
Well, it's like the Westboro Baptist claiming that all other Christians aren't real Christians.
Yeah.
It's like we follow it right.
Exactly.
Well, and I tell Graham, and we even talked with Charlie Kirk. I mean, it was just like dark. Like, it was just a heaviness in that room that is unexplainable until you're in that room.
If you believe and you sense that stuff when there's just like this
spiritual heaviness
in a room, dude, it was weird, man. I mean,
I prayed through the whole thing because I was just so tense.
Yeah.
It was so intense.
Alyssa was freaking out. I
I
wasn't
don't do
worried.
confrontation anyway, and they're all booing and yelling and jumping.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah,
It was very intense.
It was rough. Anyway, so that was part of it. Me and Alyssa, we went to Philly. We got to have a Philly cheesesteak for the first time.
Which I found apparently the best spot in Philly.
Yeah.
Just saying, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I yelped it.
We went to Delaware, and don't go there.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Della who?
I made a joke. I said, my normal joke is Delaware's the state that you forget is a state. They did not find that funny in Delaware.
They were really sweet.
Yeah, they were
They
super
were really
nice.
fun. We went out after with them to a restaurant.
Let's
Graham
see.
asked them what their sports team was, though, and they are like, I don't know. Do we have that?
I was like, do you
Yeah.
guys have sports here? What?
Maybe not. Oops, awkward.
All right, so let's go.
Before we get anything else, let's do a sponsor real quick.
Yes, our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into this next sponsor, I just want to say that I listened to podcasts for many years, and, you always go, ugh, sponsor time. But it really is important to support these companies that support what we are doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who will not touch us because of what we talk about.
That's true.
And we believe in what we talk about. That's why we talk about it. We could be making millions of dollars from Colgate and Oreo and all these other kind of people. But because we choose to talk about what we talk about, it takes a real company with real cojones to back us up. So that leads us into this sponsor. Let's talk about iTarget Pro, guys. So iTarget Pro has been a sponsor for a while. And when we decided to go independent, we had to basically redo everything to get sponsors along. And iTarget Pro stood by us. We are big Second Amendment people, and so is iTarget Pro. I'm not sure what you're planning to get your favorite freedom-loving patriot this holiday season. It is Cyber Monday, it is Christmas season, but what better thing to get them than a way to practice how to get better at shooting? That's what iTarget Pro does. This is the first dry-fire training system to combine your smartphone, yes, that thing you're on all the time, with the industry's best laser bullet. Using your phone or emotionally attached device that you can't get rid of, their proprietary app tracks a laser bullet which fits your gun and will detect exactly where your shots are landing. iTarget Pro is completely safe, comes with your caliber-specific laser bullet and target system. For Christmas, Get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code Graham. You do it for 30 days risk-free. Ladies and gentlemen, people are always looking for stocking stuffers for their people on Christmas. Mm-hmm. This is a perfect one for your redneck friend.
I think this will also be good. It just hit me though, but for kids, because you can teach them safety and nothing and make sure they're
people
target.
People ask us
kids
all
really
the
like
time, how do we start training our children? Well, this is a good way to do it. Yep. iTarget Pro will help them develop muscle memory, target reaction speed, sight alignment, and more. Plus, you save money on ammo, guys. Anybody that shoots know that guns are awesome, but they don't do a whole lot without bullets. Go to itargetpro.com. That's the letter itargetpro.com. Offer code Graham. All right, so recapping what we've done so far, we're going to get into some things that are going on currently, but I feel like because we've been gone so long, we gotta catch everybody up, right? Yep. So we're gonna skip Thanksgiving because it was the typical Thanksgiving. Everybody did their thing. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Mississippi State won the Egg Bowl.
Sweet.
Sorry. Are you trying to? Are you?
No, but this is a big deal for us. Right. We lose everything.
Let me tell you about my past 2 days, ladies and gentlemen. So I got robbed. Which people were really quick. People crack me up on the internet. I post on the internet the face you make when you just got robbed and they stole your gun. And then Alyssa pointed out, they're like, people are probably going to think that you physically got robbed. So then I posted, robbed my truck. Mm-hmm. I wasn't in it. I was told very quickly that I am a liar because robbed means that you were held by gunpoint. And burglarized is actually the word that I was looking for. Shut up, people.
Wait a second. Wait, so you wouldn't say...
I got robbed. That's what happened.
You actually got burgled?
I was going to say, how would you do that?
Burglarized. That sounds so stupid. I was burglarized.
By a burglar.
That sounds kind of douchey. I got burglarized. I was burglarized.
I was burglarized.
In the night.
Anyway, look, man.
We don't know. I think it was a kid visiting probably in our neighborhood for Thanksgiving.
In the South, if somebody steals your stuff, you got robbed. That's what that means.
That's like the whole turkey dressing.
It's like a whole encompassing thing. But no, this really happened. So, I
his
guess
favorite hat.
I guess I had. I always lock my truck. Yeah. Always, and I get on to Alyssa all the time because she leaves her car open all the time. Right. Her car was open next to mine.
What?
Nobody took a thing.
They didn't want kid movies.
Out of there.
I didn't have anything.
I guess this literally. The one time I leave it unlocked.
You know what that is? That's karma because you always talk about. See, I never do, and I never get robbed.
Anyway, okay, but that's not the worst part. Okay, we discovered that I've been robbed. I have to go through the whole police reporting process because they stole my 45 out of the door that I always travel with because that's all I need. Graham Allen linked to murder in Dallas. You know, that's all I need. So I had to do that, but it wasn't until the next day that it was truly just the worst moment of my life. So it's the next morning. I decided, you know what? Wasn't the best of days yesterday. I'm going to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. Take my pre-workout, get ready, get all the way to the gym, get ready to walk in the door, and I realized they took my freaking headphones too. My Beats headphones are gone, and anyone that works out knows that if you get to the gym and you don't have any headphones, your entire day is ruined.
And you know what I just thought about?
What?
The Beats headphones are also what was stolen in South Carolina out of my car at work.
I can't keep a pair of Beats.
Can't leave your Beats in the trash.
I was going to say, maybe it's the Beats. You just need to get some janky headphones.
On top of that, Alabama lost.
Sorry
and then I got hit in the crotch by a football at the end of the night from my son.
Gunner.
I mean, no, it was Gage.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
it was of
course,
weekend.
Gage. Oh, man, and I'm talking not like a little love tap, like a legit shot.
Gage is strong.
Like I was on the ground doing the man whimper kind of thing. It's been a great 48 hours for me.
But Thanksgiving was good.
Thanksgiving good.
We hope y'all had a happy one.
And we're back. So I can't complain too much.
We are. And we're also in a different studio.
We are in a different studio, which is super cool. We're excited to be here.
Why are we in here?
We are in this studio. Because we needed a place to record a studio. This is a local place in Dallas that allows podcast people to come in, which I've learned is actually like the normal. If you look at all these Podcast One people and stuff like that, they don't do like they just show up to do a thing.
We're just going to take everybody on an adventure with us as to where we go and how we evolve.
Because we really want to, we talked about this, we really want to make this podcast more mobile. So we're planning on making appearances. We've got Florida coming up with SAS, which we've got some major guests coming up. Just one of them, just putting it out there, will be Don Jr. is coming on the Dear America podcast this month. It is happening. So there's a lot of things going on in that regard. So I like this place. This is a nice little spot.
We're building another little small home studio for other shows. So
The key is mobile, and we want to take you guys on it. The goal is we're going to have some Eventbrite things put up when we're going to be in certain places. You guys can attend, be a part of the show, ask questions. It's going to be a good time. But let's get into some things that are going on.
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick. Woo-woo. Everybody knows that Colin Kaepernick did this whole thing where he held a tryout for all 32 football teams to come watch him try out.
Poor guy.
Now, for those of you who don't understand the specifics, he wanted to do it on a Saturday, okay? Which is highly unheard of. Okay, because I don't know if you know this.
No, guess I didn't.
Most NFL teams play on a Sunday. Most of the time when you hold workouts like this, it's on a Tuesday or something like that because there's always a 2-day gap between games on a Tuesday because nobody plays on Tuesday
He's
or
been
Wednesday.
out of that loop for a long time.
He's been out for so long. Anyway, so in classic Kaepernick form, the NFL sends like scouts and stuff because obviously the coaches can't go or the real decision makers because it's a Tuesday.
You mean a Friday, Saturday?
Oh, excuse me, Saturday. No, you're right.
Yeah,
Forgive me. His idiocracy is confusing me. Anyway,
rubbing off on you.
So last minute, Colin Kaepernick decides that he doesn't want to do it at the scheduled location where everyone's going. He wants to do it an hour away at a high school field.
Why?
Because he's a douchebag.
Give back to the high school community.
All right. Anyway, so he does this. All right. I don't know if all the teams made the trip from wherever it was supposed to be done to there. Either way, it's not important. He does this thing. Colin Kaepernick does not get a single call from any NFL team. However, the greatest part of this entire story is the wide receiver that he used to simply catch the footballs got a tryout.
Which I think is awesome.
Man, you want to talk about the Lord not having a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I will show you that he does.
That's pretty good.
On top of that, Colin Kaepernick is so outraged over this that he did this anti-Thanksgiving event.
Yeah.
Where I don't know a lot about it. I can only imagine it's like, I don't know, maybe Native American people or something like this that are, I mean, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Basically that America is this terrible place that stole the land from its indigenous people and all this stuff. And so Colin Kaepernick comes on there and he talks about
he didn't celebrate at all.
He is the worst human being in America.
I don't even think I think he's just so attention seeking that he's
terrible.
Lost at this point.
He is God awful.
But the good thing is everybody's seeing it now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if he would have started with Native Americans or something and said, we have issues with, blah, 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 I would have listened to him. But since he's hopping around from different minority groups trying to get some
it's
attention.
all attention.
Let's move on to Alyssa's favorite coffee company.
But before we
do,
okay, fine.
Let's get into a sponsor. What's one thing that we all always get in a stocking?
Toothbrushes.
A toothbrush, exactly. This holiday season is here, and this year your gift can start next year's good habit with Quip. Q-U-I-P is something that's sure to put a smile on everyone's mouth because it's dental care that they actually want to use every day. The Quip electric toothbrush has sensitive sonic vibrations and a timer with 30-second pulses to guide your routine. And the Quip floss dispenser has pre-marked strings, so you always use the right amount. I do this all the time. I use the whole thing and I pretend I'm Spider-Man and all that other kind of stuff. That's why Quip is the perfect, thoughtful, and practical gift with an electric toothbrush, reliable floss, and toothpaste, all intentionally designed to make good habits simple. Plus, Quip delivers brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills every 3 months. Every single one of you is a nasty person because none of you change your stuff out every 3 months. Sit there and lie all you want to. There's a few OCD people that do it, but the mass majority of you are disgusting.
Wait for Christmas.
Just like me. Join over 3 million happy customers and check everyone off your gift list right now with Quip. Just go to getquip.com/Alan to save on gift sets and to get your first refill free with a refill plan. That's your first refill free and get QUIP.com/Graham. Getquip.com/Graham. All right, talking about the devil's coffee, Alyssa pretty much funds an entire spot. All right. And we've had this conversation a lot. And I want to open this up because I'm going to tell the story if you guys aren't aware of what I'm already fixing to talk about. But then I want to have a discussion about what we think.
Okay.
So on Friday, I saw a post about a Starbucks cup that was given to a police officer that had the word pig written on it for the name.
Yeah, I heard about that.
All right. So by the time I saw it, it only had 3,000 shares from the original post. So I figured I'll help this guy out a little bit. So I share it. Next thing I know, it's got 30-something thousand shares on it. So needless to say, we pushed it a little bit, right? Next thing I know, CNN, Fox News, Daily Wire, Breitbart, all Washington Post, New York Times. I mean, not New York Times, New York Post. All these people had picked up on it. So brushed my shoulder off. I was pretty proud of that moment. It was brought out that this wasn't a joke. I mean, it really happened. You know, a lot of people always try to say this was just a joke. The police department. No, that's not what happened. It was a joke between the barista and some of her friends in there. So Starbucks, as a company, apologizes. All right, cool. You know, they say, hey, this is absolutely unacceptable, blah, 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 blah. This, and that. This does not define who we are as a company, which I don't necessarily not believe. But then they go and they fire the chick. I'm assuming it was a girl. I think it was a girl. They fire her. And then I noticed that the chief that posted the photo that I shared took it down. It was gone. And I do some research, and now the chief is saying that he wants Starbucks to reconsider firing this girl.
Oh, interesting.
So my question to the audience, hashtag Dear America, let me know what you think, because I had a cop give me some backlash for sharing it. It was a female cop, don't know her name. Thank you for what you do. But she disagreed with me basically saying that, you know, Starbucks needs to fix this. That by labeling the actions of a few is what people do to police officers, which is not a bad point. So my question to the audience, hashtag Dear America, is this. Should we fire people that do this type of thing? Or should Starbucks let the employees stay and use it as like a retraining kind of thing?
I have a thought.
Okay. All right,
done
go.
With your thought?
Well, that's the question. I have a thought, but
well,
go.
if you use that same mindset, then so police officers who do real bad things that are not allowed should also be. I mean, you see what I'm saying? No, I think you should fire someone because that's what sets a precedence that no one else should do this. This is not allowed in our company. But the same would be true of any job. If I came in here and just started freaking out, I mean, you know what I mean? Like there has to be a standard. And if you sign to that standard, and I'm sure Starbucks at this point probably has this in their standards, that would just be like anybody. If I came in and they were like, you know, you're a horrible, whorish woman. I don't know. Like that would still be the same thing.
Why did you go with that?
I don't know.
Well, of all the things you could have said, you went with whorish.
I don't know. I'm just saying if they put something horrible on my cup that was very derogatory, okay, against social workers or something, well, I would want something done like, oh, we're just going to be okay with this always. Not that you should have not tough skin, but this is a place of
Jake,
work.
what do you think?
It shows a lot about the cop's character, you know, that he's saying, nah, don't fire this girl, but it's not some, you know, mistake that she did. She knew what she was doing, and you get a good job and you ruin it like that.
And
That's
I
why
think it's
people-
very honorable of the police department. But at the same time,
Sure.
he's not her boss.
He's
Starbucks
not.
is, and they should do something about it.
Yeah, I think that there's
My opinion.
I think there's a difference between demonizing somebody and firing them because they did something really dumb that reflects bad on the company. Here's the other thing that I'm going to say, though. I think that just simply firing the person is a scapegoat for Starbucks. Because in my opinion, it's easy just to fire the person that made national headlines. Okay, they're gone. And even though the actions of a few may not represent the actual written out rules or moral standing of Starbucks, Starbucks needs to start to be held accountable because this is not the first time this has happened.
Didn't they open up training? Didn't they start that? Though?
They opened up sensitivity training about that whole bathroom
that
incident.
stuff is stupid.
But what I'm saying is, at what point do we hold companies responsible for, hey, this exact situation, discrimination against cops,
keeps happening.
keeps happening. What are you going to do about it? Are you specifically having training when these people are trained or brought on that says, we respect our police and law enforcement? If you do not, you cannot work here. If you do anything to disrespect police, etc., you will be fired.
Or you can work here, but you cannot push your agenda.
Sexual assault thing is a known thing. When you take a job, one of the first things they say is you sign a little sexual assault thing. If you do anything to even remotely get close.
Yeah, but
to what
calling
could
somebody a
consider-
name that's awful and sexual assault is completely different.
I'm not saying that it's the same thing. What I'm saying is they have automatic understoods when you take a job. There are certain things that you do not do. You don't take money out of the drawer. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain fireable offenses.
I just don't think we should be holding the companies to that standard because I think it's a culture problem. I think that our youth hates the police because of what mainstream media shows them, what their friends are sending them. I don't think that you can possibly hire people that you're guaranteed not to have instances like that.
Okay,
no matter what industry, you're going to get somebody who happens to
But
be
then they would be fired.
If you take that argument, though, then the NFL should let every athlete kneel for the anthem.
Well, it's not necessarily that.
But it's the same thing, right? Like that's
Well,
what
no, because I'm saying Starbucks shouldn't allow their employees to say pig. All I'm saying is you can't help but let one of those slide through every now and then because there's people who hate
And they need to
cops.
handle it.
What I'm
And they
There's
saying
should.
people who
is-
want to kneel for the anthem.
there should be. I think Starbucks needs to take a hard line in the sand that says this has got to stop. If you do anything like this, you are fired immediately. Period. Do not pass go.
Maybe the
do not
soft-
collect $200.
The soft
You're
sell
gone.
they did on that was to fire this girl.
That's what I was thinking.
saying,
Maybe that
like,
set a precedent.
Look, that's what happens when you
So
do
you
that.
think that they would have fired her if it hadn't have made national news?
I hope so.
I don't know
I
if
hope
they
they
even if they even would have found out about it if it wouldn't have made national news.
But
that's true,
I mean, what if the cop had just gone in there and said, "Hey, that this person right here, this one
Yeah.
right here wrote pig on
Without
my
a lot
cup."
of blowback, there's not a lot of initiative to change anything if nobody knows about it. It's not hurting your brand.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Does every sexual misconduct case make national news? Does every taking of company property without purchasing make national news? No. But it's understood that if you do those things, you are fired. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think it's time for us to hold Starbucks accountable for that. Just period. Because you have to take a stand where you stand as a company. You're either pro police or you're not.
But who's going to hold Starbucks accountable? The government? So are we going to
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that the government doesn't hold them accountable for firing an employee that, I don't know, takes an extra cup of coffee without paying for it.
But to force Starbucks to create some like policy.
I realize we can't. But the
It's a top-down approach.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
it
would go down to the managers of this is not allowed. But I think they
perspective
kind of are
thing.
doing that in a sense.
Well,
hopefully.
maybe, but all right.
Let's get into our third
All right,
sponsor.
third sponsor. Red Arrow weapons are my rifles of choice. In fact, right now, literally right now, we are declaring a winner on the 4th of December. Go to redarrowweapons.com/giveaway. I, along with the Red Arrow crew, am giving you a rifle for free. It is completely free. No trickery about it, guys. I believe in the Second Amendment. We love the Second Amendment. And what better way to ensure the Second Amendment lives strong within our society than to simply give you a rifle? But you got to act quick. It only goes until the 4th. We are declaring a winner on the 4th of December. Go right now. redarrowweapons.com/giveaway to enter into my contest to get a free rifle.
Can I enter in?
No.
Oh, bummer.
Can you imagine how mad people would be if Jake won the
I
rifle?
would.
This
You
is
got
the
the
biggest
rifle.
scam ever. No, Jake, you can't.
They really are nice, though.
Anyway, back to the show. All right, speaking of things that are weird and inappropriate, let's talk about Joe Biden. Have you guys seen his
so
latest
awkward.
video? Have you seen it?
Which one?
Okay,
I don't
she
know.
hadn't seen it. All right, just listen to this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is
I had
Alyssa's.
my leg here.
I'll just shh.
Oh, I haven't seen it
This is
then.
Alyssa's first time hearing this. For those of you who hadn't, you're welcome. This is 31 seconds, and we're going to play the whole thing because you need to hear it. All right, this is what many
excited.
people think the front runner of the Democratic nominee for president. All right, here we go.
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Yeah, I love it.
What?
And I tell you what.
Wait, what? We went from leg hair to kids like jumping on his lap?
This is the story.
Roaches? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, roaches.
Roaches.
What is that?
In his leg hair? I'm so
This is
confused.
worse than corn pop. What is that
Yeah, it
supposed
is.
to mean? Who lets kids you don't know rub your leg?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's the most obvious, I'm not saying it's some sexual thing, but it's just weird.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
a kid I don't know start rubbing my leg, I'd say, stop.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Get away from me,
somebody's
child.
in his ear, like, relate to him, like, improv a story about getting to know kids.
I don't even like kids
yeah.
I
standing
got long
next
leg
to
hair
me.
and kids
leg
like
hair,
rubbing
and
me.
they
I'm like a
reach
dog.
in my pants and
I
grab
don't
my
even-
leg hair.
I don't even like kids that I don't know being in the same room as me.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel uncomfortable.
And
that They're not my
especially,
kids.
like, if you were known as being a little creepy and, like, rubbing shoulders of kids,
This is the
I'd
story you
probably
come
stay
with.
away from the kid topic. I love them sitting on my lap.
I love kids sitting on my lap.
We
Of course
know,
you do.
Joe.
And then you've got he bit his wife's finger.
He said that
Picture it the
there?
other day.
Oh.
No, his wife's doing this.
And he
he's-
like there's a
and
picture of
bites
his
her.
wife's finger in his mouth. He's biting it.
I'm not trying to be ugly.
He's so kooky.
But that's what I seriously
got
like.
dementia, bro.
Is he like all there?
No.
Like truly, I'm not trying to be ugly. Like it's something
He does
maybe
not
kind
seem
of
like-
wrong.
I mean, his
maybe.
corn pop story, that story. I mean, him calling Vermont, Delaware, or whatever. You don't know where you are. I get you're traveling a lot, but dude, you're about to run the country.
You're traveling a lot.
the world.
Even if he was a Republican, like that's what's scary is I feel like he may be.
But I want to debunk that
Yeah.
now because I've
Not
heard a
all
lot of
there.
people say that. Look, let me tell you something. Before you walk out on a stage, there are multiple people in the back with you, and you talk about
We're in Delaware.
where
We're
you
in
are.
Delaware.
This is where you are. This is what you're talking about. What you're not going to talk about.
especially at his level.
Yeah, there ain't no. He just showed up from the airport and walked on the stage. No.
Well, the other video from like a week or two ago, some guy stands up and asks some questions. I think it was about the border, and he was a Biden supporter, but he was genuinely challenging Biden on something, and Biden's just like, vote for Trump. You need to vote for Trump, and push. Yeah.
Huh.
Just
Well,
goes
I
to
will
somebody else.
say-
It's like that's one of your
I mean,
supporters.
That would be me. I would be the one on the stage. Well, yeah, same vote for Trump, but also just being like, we're in Delaware when we're like somewhere not Delaware. But I'm also not running
Right,
for
exactly.
president.
All right.
Gotta have your head on
anyway,
straight.
good job, Joe Biden. All right,
Yeah.
Alyssa.
Hey.
You're a girl.
I am.
The Economist posted this. All right, you
Okay.
ready?
Sure.
Having children lowers women's lifetime earnings. An outcome
could see that.
now known. No, hold on. An outcome now known as the child penalty.
What is that? We get penalized for having a child?
So you are penalized for having a child, And so you're not going to make as much money in your life.
Hey, I've been
because that's the
saying
child
y'all
penalty.
should just pay me for being a stay-at-home mom. I think I can make
That's
lots of money.
That's what a billionaire could say about his yacht. He's like, it's a penalty tax. I got to pay this huge amount of money on this thing.
They're
trying to enjoy.
saying,
It's
I
like
think
you
they're
have a
saying
baby.
that we have, like, we get penalized for it, not just because we're usually the ones who have to take off work when the kids are sick.
They're trying to
stay home with
demonize
them.
having children.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, well,
by
that's
that.
just sad.
Yeah.
I don't
They're
mind doing that, but
demonizing
that
having
is,
kids.
but it is true. There is a lot to be said because usually the woman does
There
take off to be
is
with the
a
baby.
very active and deliberate push to make people think of having kids as this bad thing.
That's so sad. You're just going to miss out on so much joy.
My conspiracy side says it's China and Russia infiltrating our social media to make us have less kids and weaken our military.
Oh, okay. No, I'm glad you
Well,
brought that
also
up.
there's a push. The military's bad too. So
Exactly.
you know, I mean,
Weaken our military and
don't
make us
worry,
not
we'll
want to
have
have
enough
kids
babies
anymore.
for all of you.
Hold on. I'm
Graham?
glad you brought that up. Bloomberg says about 11,000 scientists have signed petitions and call for population control.
Oh God.
I'm telling you.
In
I'm
mass
telling you, Joe Rogan.
Climate psychic vampires.
Psychic vampires.
Like vampires.
Turn the frogs gay.
So yeah, no, that conversation is really starting to happen. People really think that, hey, we got a lot of people walking around here.
Well, honestly, if we're already at full-term abortion, then I can believe anything.
Abortion.
But I really, I mean, that's just that to me. That was the highest thing, and so from there, I mean, I just feel like anything could be said now. So
All right, let's Bernie Sanders. This is a good conversation thing. All right. So this is stuff that they put out to their supporters. Bernie Sanders last year, South Carolina spent
yay, South Carolina.
$21,756 per prison inmate. $11,552 per student. It makes no rational sense to invest more in keeping people in prison than keeping them in school.
Hey.
As president, I can reverse this absurdity. So on paper, yeah, why are we spending more, on prison inmates than people in school? First of all, prison inmates are there all the
24
time.
hours a
24/7.
day.
So there's the obvious answer there. Second of all, school kids don't require armed security, making sure that they don't hurt themselves, people around, or get out.
Yep.
So it costs more money, you ignorant old fool. That's what, and
Well,
I know,
is that
Alyssa, I
also-
said I'd take a new leaf and I wouldn't call people stupid. I didn't. I called him ignorant.
Ignorant sounds better a little. But so is he implying that the way he's going to change this is to release more inmates?
They don't like mass overpopulations of the prison system. They think that people should not go to prison for virtually just about anything anymore. The only way you go to prison now is if you murder somebody.
Well, even then they have
That's
appeals.
about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, domestic abuse. I don't know. Maybe.
That's a whole different
Trying
subject.
to weaken our society.
But I'm just saying. But just on principle alone, they put out these tweets to try to make people, I don't know, see things a certain way.
Of course.
But
their way.
but rational people looking at this understand. Well, you're talking about 24/7 of an actual danger to society versus a child going to school for 6 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
I don't
doesn't
think
make any sense.
think people read it with rational minds. I think they like who they like and they just go with whatever they say. I don't even know if they ponder it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that makes sense. Do it.
All right. Let's see. Oh, good feel-good story. Alyssa, you ready?
Yes, I am.
104-year-old Wisconsin mom bags her first buck. Look at her.
Wow.
Look at this old lady.
Oh, how cute is she?
Is that a buck? Oh, it's a baby buck.
It's still a buck. She gets
like
it.
a spike. Oh, she gets it. But look at that. Look at
She
that old
should have
lady.
it mounted. How cute is
That
that?
old
Did you
woman-
see her, Jake?
Went and man, that's awesome. So that's a good one. What else is going on? Hold
Almost lived her whole life without being a
without
murderer.
murdering animals. Okay, all right. Ooh, Amazon is under fire for selling an Auschwitz
An Auschwitz.
Christmas ornaments. Poland's Auschwitz Memorial and Museum flagged Christmas ornaments and bottle openers with photos of the concentration camp being sold on Amazon.
Yeah.
The company quickly gained backlash, but according to the Auschwitz Memorial, the items have been taken down. Who was in that meeting? Go,
Yes,
hey,
that's a great idea.
hey
Do
guys,
it.
I got a freaking awesome good idea for an
Take
ornament.
pictures.
We're going to put a Nazi concentration camp on there. We're going to sell the crap out of this thing.
Did anybody buy them?
Think about the number of people that had to get approved by to even get
Somehow that flew under the radar. It had to
four
have.
people said, you know what, George, that's a really good idea you got going on there.
We have a miracle story if we want a feel good story.
Sure, go for it.
So our pastor's daddy, Glenn, had a massive heart attack, and he woke up thanks to lots of prayers. Even the doctor said it was a miracle.
That's
so
awesome.
still pray for our pastor's daddy, Glenn.
Yep.
But complete miracle. So he woke up a little bit yesterday and even said a few words.
He was talking
so.
a little bit. Yeah, it's crazy.
Man.
I have a stupid story.
Go for
You
it.
want a stupid
I love
story?
stupid stories.
Okay, so I guess I could look in my notes, but hey, let's see if I can go off memory. So 2 teenage girls go out this last week, I believe, and they stayed out too late, and they did not want to get in trouble by their parents. So rational thoughts, actually, this could have been me as a teenager. I didn't sneak out, but I probably would have done something like this. They decided to go down the chimney. They try to sneak back in through the chimney, and the girl gets stuck, not realizing that the
Big
chimney...
old booty girl.
The chimney was closed. Hatch or whatever was closed. She gets stuck for an hour and a half. Fire department had to come super late at night. Now, if you're this girl's
idiot.
mother, I think I would just be laughing at this point.
I'd
like
leave her up there.
this is punishment enough.
Yeah, I'd
hour and
leave
a
her up
half,
there.
stuck in a chimney. So that's and the girl's friend even she's the one who had to call the fire department. I mean, what do you do? Do you stay on the roof like?
Well, speaking of chimneys, we saw Noelle last night.
Isn't it good?
It is pretty good.
I told
The
you it was
Disney,
good.
Yes. So that's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Noelle.
Yeah.
If you want a good feel-good Christmas story, watch Noelle.
We
It
all
was
got
pretty
hook,
good.
lined, and sinkered, and we all own Disney Plus now.
know.
It was
It's
pretty
so
good.
sad.
And by the way, Epstein did not kill himself. Let's put that in there before we forget that.
Everyone knows
All right,
that.
all right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
here you go. So it's Christmas time now, so we can officially start having these conversations. Up to 35% of millennials want to end Secret Santa at the office because
I'm with
it's
that.
stressful,
I agree.
according to a new study.
You know what? I completely
Wah.
agree. No, when I
Wah.
was in counseling, we had a meeting and they wanted to do Secret Santa, and we opted out with our basically DSS friends.
Party
because no,
poopers.
we weren't because we were like, instead of all that stress and using a candle that flavor I don't even like, let's just all take an extended lunch and go eat. And we had the best
Dear
time.
America, should we get rid of Secret Santa?
Yes.
I don't think that it's stressful. It's part of
Because you don't do it.
part of tradition.
I'll tell you
Saying
why.
it's stupid and we shouldn't do it is one thing.
No, it is
Because
stressful.
there are losers and winners in
Yeah.
Secret
No, it's
Santa.
stressful.
Some people don't get the gift they
That's
want.
what it is.
And they
Bunch of
lose.
whiners.
No,
so
it's
it's the
stressful.
whole
Bunch
losing
of
mentality.
Why are you
whiners.
going to waste money on a gift someone's probably not going to like when y'all could all just go eat?
Hey,
say
have
the
a
same
great
thing for
meal.
family members.
The
Why are you-
company pays.
Why are
It's
you going to
wonderful.
waste 3 hours playing a stupid game, throwing a ball around when one of you going to lose? Just go out
No,
and
I
have
don't
lunch
care
together.
about winners and losers.
Good point.
It's stressful. I agree
Write
with
that
that.
down, Jake. That was good. That
I
was
agree. I
like some
know.
Socrates stuff. Is what that was.
Over.
That was good. Okay. All right. Moving on. I've got one or two more here.
Oh, it's Cyber Monday. I have already found 2 kid watches on sale, an Alabama jersey. So if you've forgotten, you should probably
I
hit Cyber
found
Monday.
about 20 items of hunting gear marked
don't
all the
need.
way down to less than $1,000. I was like, dude, we got to do this.
Dang. I bet you Alabama clothes are marked down too right now. Huh?
Ooh. Actually, they're not. They're really not. I'm still trying to
Graham
find a
got
jersey.
super serious. You can't see him right now.
I hope
Give me that Tua jersey. Half off.
that
I want
you
Tua
guys
jersey. I love him.
have
He's a good guy.
to feel the pain that I feel. All right, let's close this out. Let's talk about
I
the
do, I'm
president for a moment.
winner.
First of all, reports are showing that Black America support for Trump is up to 34% approval,
It's over for the Democrats.
showing a 2020 absolute landslide. What did I say several months ago? I said if we could get up to at least 15%,
Yeah, you did.
I think that we'll have a landslide. It's showing up to 34%
And
right now.
even if I was a Democrat, can I just point out that our commander in chief did that surprise visit?
No, don't ruin it. We're fixing to go. Yes.
Oh.
No. Hold
Made
on.
me happy.
I know.
Okay.
But we got to talk about the thing here because
All
this
right.
is leading to the
Dramatic pause.
conversation to have. All right. So the whole flow of events that led up to that surprise thing right there.
Okay.
Trump's troll level is 3,000.
Yes.
Okay? Because basically what Trump does is he posts this photo of him as Rocky Balboa. Okay? News goes insane over it. Fact checking if that's a real photo. Then I don't know if he sent like a fake motorcade or something like that.
Yeah, he did.
He sent a fake motorcade to make it look like he's golfing. The news just bashes Trump.
Why did he do that?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
The news bashes Trump. They jump on hook, line, and sinker. They're like, this mofo is out here golfing. Impeachment's going on. All these
he's a
people are
genius.
working
We got
hard.
troops over
We
there.
got troops overseas, and this dude's golfing. Next thing you know, he goes to an event. I think it was in Kentucky, a rally in Kentucky. No, where was it? Florida? I don't remember. He does a rally, and then next thing you know, he's in Afghanistan.
Yes.
And he surprises the troops for Thanksgiving in
It made
Afghanistan.
my heart so happy.
You want to talk about mouth-breathing, wide-open news outlets. Just, I mean, they've got all these reports that have been shared everywhere. Hundreds of thousands of shares of all this Trump's golfing. Trump doesn't care. And then he pops up overseas in Afghanistan.
With Melania, right? Didn't
Melania
Melania
was
go?
there,
Yeah.
and Pence, the Pence family was there too, or at least the day before they were there.
I'd love to see the faces of the reporters, like by the golf
oops.
course, waiting for him to get out
Oh,
of the
that's
car.
so
It's just
true.
like, this is all he wants
But
to
that's
do.
what I want to talk about to end this episode out is this. Now, because the media hates our president so much, they're claiming that was nothing more than a photo op.
Of course.
But you can find bad. I mean, you can twist anything.
Travel all the way to Afghanistan for a photo op?
Well, that's what the left has started to claim. Any good Trump
Are
does.
you kidding me?
Photo op. So when Trump's in a room with hundreds of black people and they're all cheering, you know, Jesse Jackson, people like that, oh, that's a photo op.
He could have gone to Walter Reed or something right down the road
Yeah.
for
Or the
a photo
yeah.
op.
Or how
VA
about
hospital
military
anywhere.
funerals? Like, that's
Oh,
just
sure.
photo op. He just enjoys going to military funerals.
Yeah.
And so all those amazing smiling faces, like everyone told them just to pose and be like,
Yeah.
act happy you're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me when I say this. The Democratic everything is just falling away. Polls are even showing now that a lot of the Democrats are getting cold feet about this impeachment thing because it is just it is falling away at the wayside. Everything that is happening points to it didn't happen. The way so many people are getting caught up with noise, but the premise of this impeachment is one thing. You got to think about legal systems. They say that Trump did a quid pro quo for Ukraine to mess with our elections, and he withheld aid funds in return for that. That's the claim.
Yeah.
That is the claim. That is what they are impeaching on. That's it. All the rest of this stuff is noise. And that didn't happen.
Right.
Period. You can throw whatever else you want to throw into it. You can throw all these misdirections, all this everything. The impeachment inquiry is they say Trump did a quid pro quo from Ukraine to interfere with our elections for aid funds. That's it.
Yeah.
And that did not happen. And they realize that they're losing, man. They are, not only are they losing.
But if you know you're losing, then why don't, my thought is, why do you keep trying to tear it down? Why don't you make something great?
Because they're too far into it at this point.
I guess.
And Democratic.
He's just getting stronger, though. You're getting weaker. You would think their strategists or someone be like, hey.
Last ditch effort. Like the Democrats, they think like, oh, just let it go. Go through the impeachment hearings. Maybe there's something there. So that costs millions and millions of dollars. It's like every time they do one of these investigations, that's taxpayer money. It's not just coming from nowhere. There was a lady, Brenda Lawrence, representative from Michigan, who came out and said, I don't want to push this thing any farther. Like, I'm going to stand back. There's not enough evidence there. Let's just focus on the election. A day later, she clarifies after having a phone call, and she says, no, I still support impeachment, obviously. It's better for the Democrats to say there's nothing there, we're fair and balanced, we were just looking for the truth, instead of, no, there is
just keep
something
going.
there, just
Keep
keep digging.
Keep digging.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Trump 2020, 34% Black America approval rating. Economy's booming. Lowest Black unemployment rate in 50 years. Going on the lowest unemployment rate ever.
Yep.
Lowest Hispanic and Asian American employment ever. He supports the troops. Eddie Gallagher gets to keep his trident pen.
Yes.
He stands up for our war fighters. And he's just good at everything that he does. Oh, and final point to prove that the economy is great. Black Friday shoppers spent $7.4 billion on online alone.
Yeah.
That's not even calculating in the stores. Just online, $7.4 billion in a day was actually in the matter of a couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Whitney wrote me. Whitney is Jake's wife, and she wrote me that it was insane at the mall that she works at. It was crazy.
I mean, all these people have all this money, and yet life is so bad here. The economy's in the tank. Well, we sure got a lot of extra money to spend on.
We got our Christmas tree on Black Friday.
Well, speaking of money to spend, thank you guys for supporting this podcast.
Yeah.
And we are back.
We are
Ladies
back.
and gentlemen, we are sticking with our Monday and Wednesday format. We're not locking in like a specific time because, we've been looking at analytics. Some of you guys we used to post it at 12. We may still do that. Now we're just going to post it when we get done because we realize a lot of you are working anyway.
And also with traveling.
Yeah, Monday and Wednesdays, the podcast is still going to be here. We are back every week
and we're
with you
independent.
guys. We are independent. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Click subscribe and tell a friend. Leave us a rating. That helps us in the charts. It helps us across the board. We're fixing to, you're listening to this now. So social media wise, we've already made all these announcements. It's been 30 days plus since we posted anything. So we've fallen out of the top 200, which is to be expected. But we are anticipating a massive surge this week back in the polls. And that is because of you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys for making this podcast what it is. Thank you guys for helping us do what we really want to do, which is this. We are back. We are so excited to be here. That's all we have for this episode of the Dear America podcast. But real quick, Alyssa, where can they find you?
Alyssa Allen on Instagram. It's been so long.
Wow, it's been so long. Jake, what about you?
Producer_Jake on Instagram.
And I am Graham Allen, and you already know that. That's all we have for this episode, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye.
See ya.